What's up, everybody, and welcome to another reading with the Crowned Priestess. This is going to be a channel conversation. Maybe it will involve tarot, maybe not. But I wanted just to say a few things first. Number one, I am available for personal readings. Number two, there is I'm not entirely 100% as to what's going on in the sky right now. I do believe we had an eclipse to some degree, or we're about to. I don't know. I haven't really been brushing up on my astrology lately, but I know that there are people, like friends, specifically like friends and family, who have probably been wondering where I am, reaching out, whatever, asking around some degree. Don't ask me how I know these things. I know these things, right? But anyway, I just want to say, like, I'm in a time right now, and Spirit has called me to be in this time of, like, business, okay? I'm in a time of business right now. Like, if it's not about business, I really can't get involved at this time. And I'm saying this now, I'm just claiming this now, because I don't want anybody to feel away or be offended, even though some people still will, because that's just how y'all built, and that's not none of my business. That's between you and God. But it's really a time right now, because I've had a couple people reach out, like, what's going on with you, or what's up, where you been at, why you not answering my phone, or something like that. And I'm fine. I'm okay. Everything's okay with me. But I'm in a state of just business right now. It's not personal. And I do believe I know why Spirit is doing this right now. And I'm at an age in my life and a stage in my journey, where I don't question a lot. I try not to question a lot of what Spirit does or what they ask of me. Okay. And I think a lot of this has to do with the karma that's being served right now. And again, this is not personal. I'm not like trying to play nobody or come at nobody, because y'all already know if I'm gonna cut anybody off, I was gonna say a bitch. If I'm gonna cut anybody off, like, you're gonna know that I cut you off and why I cut you off. This is not one of those moments. This is not that situation. But, if you've been following my readings, if you've been following the times, if you've been understanding kind of what's going on right now in the world, it's that time, right? It's karma time. We're about to hit our spring equinox in a few days. Eclipses are coming in. The planets are doing some interesting stuff. And we're wrapping up the real end of the year, right, at this time. So if you've been following the collective reads, I've been speaking a lot to what side of the karma you're on. And I am in a very neutral zone right now, thank God, right? Because I've done my share of dirt, right? I'm not a saint. Obviously, I have a past, and I've done some things that I've definitely paid my dues for. But at this time, I'm in a very neutral zone, and Spirit has made that very clear to me. I am not going through things that some people are going through right now, and people are going through some times right now, and whether it's good karma, bad karma, or just somewhere in between, right, learning lessons and things like that, just growing pains and such, I'm not to get involved, and I'm not to intervene with these things at this time. And so sometimes we are hanging out with people, chilling with people, just talking with people, and we sort of alter things that are supposed to happen for them, or we take things that are supposed to happen from them. And as an empath, right, as somebody who can feel and just like kind of wholeheartedly experience things in its entirety from people, Spirit is keeping me away from people right now, and not like, oh, I'm like in a box isolated away from the world. No, but I have to be very discerning about how I am sharing my energy at this time. And so I'm sending love, light, and abundance to everybody at this moment, because we need it. That's all I'm gonna say. Some people, I will disclaim again, I am perfectly fine. Nothing's wrong with me. If you haven't heard from me, if you hear whatever, I haven't been online like that too much, especially for those of you who know me a little more personally outside of my work, and or you follow my personal pages. I'm okay, but I haven't really been as active as usual, and it's because I've been directed not to be, and it's because Spirit does not want me to intervene with how things are unfolding in certain people's lives right now. Okay, and specifically people that do have access to me normally. So I don't know who needed to hear that. I just felt like disclaiming that, because what I don't want anybody to feel, and if you know, you know. If you understand, you understand. If you don't, like I said, that's between you and God. Curse him out, not me. But it's just like I can't engage right now. I don't know why. Again, I think I know why, right? I just explained it. I think Spirit does not want me to intervene or for anything to latch onto me that's not mine at this time, because that is a gift and a curse that I have. Okay, and while a lot of times I know how to get rid of it, I know how to release energy that isn't my own, but the karma is intense right now. Okay, Saturn is doing something interesting. Saturn is very relevant right now, and I just got to stay out the way. And so a lot of people, maybe somebody listening to me right now, you have to stay out the way too, or you're in a place where you feel sort of neutralized, right? Because it's not that you're being held back, but you're also not being given the green, right? It's kind of like, I don't know, I guess it's like yellow, like not red light, not green light, but yellow light. Like, yeah, you kind of like in this neutral zone, okay? So, all right, that was that. But I again, if it's business, that's okay, right? Because I got to eat. And that's what Spirit has addressed to me. Like, if it's not about business, I really can't get involved right now. So please excuse my hiatus, my isolation, whatever. God bless my baby in the back, because I know somebody's going to take this very personal. And I'm telling you right now, don't fuck around, okay? Especially now with my kid. But I wanted to get into the channel conversation that I was having earlier as I was meditating. I still have my meditation music going in the background. I don't know. I'm channeling something about Buddha too. I just had Asian food, which I love more than anything in the world. And so those dumplings were so wild. They were so bomb. But anyway, so something about Buddhist, Hindu, or Asian culture can be of significance to somebody that I'm speaking to. But the channel conversation that I wanted to have with you today is about protector versus predator, right? That's what I got. And I hope that this message is received well. In this world, there are two types of people. There's three types if you consider, but considering the channel conversation, right? The third type that I'm not gonna really get into is prey. Or maybe they'll become relevant in a second, but you're either a protector or you're a predator, right? Quite simple. And what do I mean by that? Because we already know what protectors are. We already know what predators are. Most of us do as adults. That's at least the audience I wish to cater to when I'm doing these videos. There are people who will naturally, when no one is watching, surveil and protect, right? Guard and protect, guide and protect. And there are those when no one's watching who will take advantage and do things they're not supposed to, right? And it speaks a lot to integrity. The conversation that I was having with Spirit was very clear. It speaks a lot to integrity. And a lot of people, unfortunately, fancy themselves a protector, but they don't realize that they're more of a predator because they are opportunists. And they look for nooks and crannies to get over, to take control, or, to fall back, or pretend they didn't see something or didn't whatever, right? It's kind of like when you had a job and, you know, at least when you work for big corporations and things like that, every company has values, right? They're like core values that must be followed as far as a code of ethics speaks, right? And one of those ethics very often is integrity. Whether they call it integrity or they have a fun name for it, just, you know, stick with me. And what that basically says to, right, when I speak to people's integrity, I don't just speak to how you move when people are looking at you. How do you move when people aren't, right? How many times, right? I worked in retail for many years. I don't anymore. Praise all that is heavenly. Never again. But I worked in retail for a long time, right? And I was in management for many, many years. And so what I learned about people in that time, right? I know people. That's always been my gift. I know people. And so what I learned in that time, especially, is that a lot of people lacked integrity. Because when I was in the room, when I was in the building, you know, and I opened my mouth and I said, this is what is expected and this is what needs to be done, people did it efficiently, without contestation, without anything, because they knew the caliber of leader that I was, right? But when I would leave, right, let's say I managed 12 people, and all 12 people did their job the way they were supposed to, right? Because I never asked anybody for anything past their fucking job description. You know, just be a good person and get your job done. That's it. Once you clock out, I don't care about your life. But the 12 people, they do what they were supposed to do when I'm there. But the minute that I was absent from work, I had a day off or went on vacation, 8 of those 12 people did not do their job. They slacked off. They fooled around. They talked shit about me in the process, or talked shit about whatever, however it went, right? And it was almost as if they thought I was not going to be aware of this, because to them, I'm not in the building. I can't see this. I don't know what's going on, right? And those are the people that I'm speaking to when I say predator, because a predator takes advantage of situations. A predator looks for the opportunity to do the opposite of what they are expected to do, or what they should be doing, what the right thing is to do. And sometimes, like I said, people don't think that they're a predator. They don't fancy themselves that energy, because to them it's like, oh, I just took a little day off, or I just took one, little pen out the office, or whatever it is. It's not something, would you perform that way had my eyes been on you, is the question. And every time I asked that question, the answer was no. So that means you knowingly did something that you knew was not right, that you knew was not to the code of ethics, that you knew was not a standard, that you knew was wrong. But you did it anyway because you thought you would get away with it. A protector, right, is a person with integrity, is a person that says, it doesn't matter who's watching me. It doesn't matter if my leader is not in the building. I'm going to do the right thing. I'm going to still do what's expected of me. I'm going to still get this done, because at the end of the day, we all have a job for a reason, and collectively, we keep shit moving at an efficient pace. But if I decide that I don't want to, process these clothes, and then this one decides they're not going to do the floor set, they're just going to leave it. And then another person decides, well, I'm not filling that stuff up because they didn't even put the stuff where it's supposed to go. Before you know it, the store is in shambles. Because 3 people decided, I'm not doing that today, or I'm not going to do it to the best of my ability, I'm not gonna give my 80 to 100. I'm gonna give niggas like 30 because they lucky I'm here. And that's great. If that's how you feel, get the fuck out of my store. Because I have a business to run, and I need to be able to trust that when my back is turned, you're still conducting business as usual. And that goes back to a little bit of what I said in the disclaimer, that Spirit has me in a space right now where it's just about business. Because what happens is people want all the reward, they want all the praise, they want all the pros, and they want a handout. A lot of times they want shit for free, and there's no such thing as a free lunch. Not from people. The divine can give you a free lunch. They can give you plenty. But even they don't. Okay? Most of the times when we're blessed with something, when we're given something by the divine, by God, we had to work for it, whether you realize you were working for it or not. Okay? And there's a big energy right now at this time where people are revealing who they really are. And 8 in 12 people are predators. And, I hate to use that word, but that was the word that Spirit gave me. That was literally the word they gave me. And I'm sure they gave it to me because some energies are just that nasty. And like I said, they are opportunists, and they will take whatever they want to take when they feel like there's no consequence behind it. And I'm sending very healing energy because someone is quite literally taking something from someone without their approval, without their knowledge, without their consent. Okay? And I want you to watch the people that you're around right now, because chances are, if you're in a group of 4 to 6, I'll just throw those numbers out there, could be of significance. People, the likelihood is one of you is a protector. 2 of you think you're a protector. 1 is prey, and the other is straight predator, right? It's like a protector, a predator, and a prey. The prey are the oblivious. Those are the new people, the new souls, the new dizzy, and you're not really accountable for what you don't know, but sometimes you get caught in the crossfire and you fuck around and find out. And then you decide, am I going to become a predator or a protector, right? You get to make those decisions based on that. And unfortunately, that's real life, and I'm speaking to this because a lot of times that happens to us when we're very young. Some of us go through, unfortunately, very painful traumas and situations that teach us, what do I want to be now? Do I want to be the predator that takes advantage of things and does everything sneaky and behind everyone? Or do I want to be a protector and protect people like me in this situation? But now I know better, so I can guide them, right? This message is getting crazy, but in that circle, it's a protector, a predator, a prey, oblivious, and then 2 who think they're a protector because they like to fancy themselves making the right decisions. But a lot of times they do the little white lie. They do the, oh, well, nobody's watching, so I can do this now. And that's, you're not a protector. You're a predator. You're that, And I'm fucking, I could feel already somebody's very offended watching this. And if you're offended, you're a predator. Period. If you're prey, the light bulb is going off right now. Like, oh shit, that kind of, I see now. So what am I about to do? And if you're a protector, you just nod your head yes and say, yeah, you're right, sis. And you are going to do your best from that neutral zone. Because Now, don't get neutral confused now, right? Because depending on the situation, depending on your life, if you see something and you don't say something, what does that make you? Now, this depends on the situation, and I want y'all to use y'all discernment with this because y'all are adults and, you know, you're responsible for kind of how you take in knowledge. But what does that make you? You know what I mean? We got this shit, right? Like, I'm from the hood. We got these codes like no snitching, right? Snitches get stitches, etc., etc., etc. And I understand. Because I have been in those situations, right, where I didn't say anything, and you know, for a lot of things that other people would have said things about, right? And I'm not talking about people getting harmed, because that's kind of where I draw the line, especially children. And this is what I'm here to say, because I'm telling you, please protect your children at this time. Is the missing reports and all of that, it's a lot right now. It's really a lot. But if somebody is, and this is why the government is just like, they have no idea what's coming. But anyway, yeah, because they think they know everything, but they have no fucking idea. But anyway, I'm in my neutral zone. I'm in my bubble. But if I know that a man is having sex with a minor, right? A man in his 30s, 40s is having sex with a girl who's 13, 14, right? And this is real life. I'm not saying that I've seen this. I'm just saying real life situations, right? And I know that because I'm an adult and I'm cool with this guy, or I work with this guy, or however, and I find out that he's doing this. And in fact, a lot of people know that he's doing this, but it's so casual because it's like, oh, well, she's a little fast ass and she's hot and she always been, you know, she outside in the little da-da-da-da-da. She's a child. She's 13. She's 14. She don't fucking know what that man knows at 40 years old. She might think it's cool to have an older boyfriend who buys her things and treats her nice. But he knows better. And so do you, right? So imagine me seeing that and not saying nothing about that. Not addressing the fact that this man is fucking a 14-year-old girl. And because they're calling each other boyfriend and girlfriend, and she's fine as to, you know, your standard, or she's a hoe, or she's hot. Do you realize that's why they changed the term? Like, okay, prostitute, they don't even use that terminology anymore, especially in the law enforcement fields. In the judicial system, they can't use that word anymore. That's number one. Number two, most of these babies are not even 18 yet. That's why it's called sex trafficking. And better yet, it's child trafficking, because it doesn't matter. I don't care if the 14-year-old's impulse was attracted to you. At 40 years old, you know better. You know better. And I'ma fucking say something. You think not? You think I'm not going to send your ass to jail or worse? Because I'm a protector. And I'm not going to turn a blind eye to that. And some predators will mind their business. Some prey will mind their business because, well, I don't want that to happen to me. And as a child, that's okay. But as an adult, it is not. And you need to look at your fucking selves and look at your circles of people and look at the situations that you're in life and identify where you stand. And somebody's really fucking mad at me, and I would advise you to not go there. Don't go there, please. Okay? Moving forward, I'm going to pull an advice for you guys, because this was a pretty dark-ass message. But as always, I do what Spirit tells me to do. Yeah, and look at my incense, nice and sturdy. I wish y'all could see it. Hasn't dropped a motherfucking ash. It's just straight, the whole thread. Thank you. That is confirmed, confirmed protection for me at this time. Let's get some advice for these people at this time, because somebody's about to realize who the fuck they are when they look in the mirror after they listen to this message. And maybe there's some redemption in that for you. I believe in redemption. But you have to be prepared for what that redemption is going to look like. Okay? Loyalty. And changes, you see that? I want y'all to see the words that are at the bottom. The King of Pentacles, the Wheel of Fortune. Loyalty and changes is what came out. And there's leadership at the bottom. Your advice is to make change, and make change now. And be efficient. Be discerning. But it's time to really move the ball forward, because I think that a lot of you, remember when I said there's people who fancy themselves a protector, but they really are not. And this message is going to wake up that reality for you. You're going to realize, like, damn, I haven't been moving like a protector. I haven't been moving with integrity. Okay? And it's time to change that. Loyalty, changes, and leadership. I don't think I have anything else to say. I'll see y'all in the next one. Love, light, and abundance.